Hi, my name's Clark. I'm going to try to show you how to build a spice rack. I'll show you the materials we're going to need. I'm going to show you how it's probably done. There's been many different ones done online. I figure I'll do my version and see how that turns out. So, we got to get started. I'm going to show you the supplies we're going to need first, then we'll get going. Thanks again for tuning in for building a spice rack. It's a hideaway spice rack, that is. And also, there's different sizes. We are going by the 1x4 boards because all the space I have available to put this hideaway spice rack is 4 inches. And it's going to be 66 inches tall. Whatever tall you got and whatever wheel you have, don't forget to deduct the dimension on the wheel to make up the difference. Otherwise, you're going to be too tall. Then the thing won't fit in your little spot. You'll see a little crevice where we're going to put this. So, let's get started. Well, here's the spices that we have to get out of the drawers. There's spices here, and there's actually a third spot, but I didn't take a picture of that. Here's some of the tools and the hardware we're going to be needing. As you can see, I do a little test, put some spices on there. See how that does. Of course, it's going to fit on there, you know. Looks like it's going to fit. This is some of the tools you're going to absolutely need. You don't need much, just that. Drills. You need a saw, of course. You have to have a saw to cut some of the wood. Here's my 1x4 woods. Got a bunch of them. As you see, you just get whatever measurements you need for however tall it is. Those are 2-inch wheels, wheel casters. You gotta remember in the video you have to have the right measurement for the height. You add that to the height. Otherwise, you're gonna be too tall. That would suck. These go on the inside of the frame. That way it holds it together and you won't see a bracket and you won't see screws and all that stuff. There's the wood screws you're going to need. Depending on what size you do, what you want. These are the dowel rods that go in front of the rack. This is some old plywood I had. Let's get started with the video. Now that you got all your wood cut, ready to go, now we've got to start assembling.
being shown on Sirius XM.
Now that I got the frame around done, got the wheels put on, now it's time to do the shells. First one's going to be 12 inches. I have two 12-inch shells, two 8-inch shells, a couple of 5-inch shells, give or take. Let's see how this turns out. Now that the frame is done, we're going to put the backing on, just 1/4 inch cheap plywood. Or you can use pegboard, whichever you prefer. There's all kinds of different ways you can do it. I just had this stuff sitting around, so I'm using it. Almost done with our spice rack. See, I got the backing on now. There's assorted sizes and shells. And it will roll. It's not real, it'll fall over. It's not meant for a freestanding. It's not a freestanding shelf. It's going in between two spots. So when you pull it out so far and it'll stay standing. The wheels are just to help move. But it's not meant to be standing still in a spot. If that is the case, I'd bolt that thing to the wall. And by the way, the Ram is a good workbench. I'll tell you, the Ram is tough. Good workbench. Now we're going to run dowel rods through each shelf, as you see here. Drill a hole in each side. Come all the way through there. That will help keep your spices into place. Just makes it look nice too. Now I've gotten a rod through there all the way nice. Now I'll cut this part off. Actually, I'm going to measure it and cut the rest of them so they're exactly cut right. Almost complete. Almost done. Got my dowel rods in, the shelves are in, the wheels are on, back's on. Now I just gotta fix one side over here with paint and a little bit of customizing to match upstairs, and a handle. Alright, we're just about done. As you see, my backing's on, got my rods in. I'm gonna throw a little coat of paint on it, on the parts of the frame, and hopefully it matches the kitchen. In a few minutes I'll show you what we're going to do extra, and it's almost done. Handles on. All we need to do is put it in place and put some spices in it. Thanks again for watching. How to build a spice rack that hides away. Or hide away. Spice rack. See, and you can pull it out of here. Yeah. We'll put our spices all over in there. We got tons of spices. spices there. We got spices here. All these spices, and some will fit all in that rack, hopefully. So you even matched it so it matched the woodworking around the kitchen.